fresh air in our lungs and muscles strong. Keep us away from every wrong. We learn about temperance, we play in the sun. To do what is right is fun, fun, fun.
Oh, Herbie, I'm so glad to hear you whistling again today. Hello, friends. Welcome, Yabaz. Are you guys also glad to hear whistling Herbie? He wasn't very happy last week after he got all the exercise.
Yes, hello friends. I'm happy to be back. And yesterday it was so cloudy and the thunder and the rain. And today the sun is shining a little bit. That's nice.
Herbie, yesterday was a very stormy day. Friends, did it hail or snow at your place? I got some pictures to show you of places where it hailed and where it snowed, and even a picture of our front door to just show you how much it rained here. And the branches are lying on the floor on the ground because the wind was so rough yesterday.
Nana, what are we going to talk about today?
Herbie, happy Herbie, today we're going to talk about trust. Do you know what trust is?
No, can you tell me?
Trust is when you believe somebody and do what they tell you to do without asking any questions. Let's have a look at this video of these little ducks on the dam wall. They were sitting underneath their mommy's wings because she was protecting them. And then when we came closer, she became a little afraid and she got up to go to a place of safety. And she said, quack, 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 quack. And she called the little ones and they went right after her without asking questions. That is trust.
That was so cute to look at them running after their mother. That reminds me of a story in the Bible of Uncle Abraham, who also listened to God and moved to a strange new land.
Yes, Uncle Abraham, he really trusted God. Uncle Abraham had a lot of animals. He had a lot of people working for him. He had many tents where all the people were staying in. He was a rich man. And you know, one day God came to him and he said, Abraham, I want you to take all your stuff and I want you to move to the land of Canaan. And you know what? He just packed up and he said, okay, Lord, I will do what you want me to do and I will go where you want me to go. You know what, Herbie? We can maybe make a little song about Uncle Abraham. Would you like that?
Okay, let's do that.
Let me see. If we make our own song, we must first think about the words and then we must think about the tune. So maybe it can go like this. Uncle Abraham trusted God. Uncle Abraham trusted God. God said to him, take your stuff and move. Uncle Abraham listened right away.
Yes, that's a nice one. Is there another person in the Bible that was also obedient, trusted God?
You know what I think about Moses? Do you remember Moses?
Yes, he led Israel out of Egypt.
That's right. One day, while Moses was looking after his father-in-law's sheep close to the mountain, he saw a bush burning and there was a big fire. And he was waiting for the fire to go out, but the fire didn't go out. So he went closer to see what's going on. And then he heard a voice, and the voice said, Moses, take your shoes off because you're standing on holy ground. And he took his shoes off. And you know what, Happy Herbie? God spoke to him and he said, Moses, I want you to go to Egypt and to get all the Israelites out there and take them to the land of Canaan. I will show you the way. And you know what? Moses did that with his brother Aaron. And when they were out of Egypt and they got to the Red Sea, the people were getting very worried because in front of them was the Red Sea and the mountains were on the other side. And then they saw the Egyptians coming because now the Egyptians were so sorry that they let them go. And the people said, "Oh, Moses, we're in trouble now. What's going to happen?" You know what Moses said? He said, "Don't worry. Just trust in God and see what miracle He is going to do for you." And you know what? God opened up the Red Sea and the Israelites could go through. Maybe we can sing the same little song for Uncle Moses. Do you want to try?
Let's do that.
Uncle Moses trusted God. Uncle Moses trusted God. The Lord said, "Take the Israelites and go to Canaan." Does he? There's another person in the Bible that also trusted God. I wonder if you can help me think of his name. He was a young man and his brothers sold him to
Oh, I know. That must be Joseph. His brothers sold him to people who went to Egypt.
That's right, you're a clever boy. Yes, Joseph was a young boy when his brothers sold him and he went to Egypt. But you know what? He trusted God and he said, "God, I will be obedient to you and I will do what's right, and it doesn't matter what happens. I will trust you." And God was with Joseph all the time. He protected him and he helped him to be very clever. And when there was famine in the country, boys and girls, God gave Joseph a plan how to preserve the corn so that there can be food for everybody in that country and the countries around. But Herbie, you know what story I like the best?
Which one?
I like the one about the shepherd. In Psalms 23, boys and girls, you can ask your mommies and daddies to read Psalms 23 for you. That's about a shepherd. And God is like our shepherd. And He says He will look after us. Doesn't matter if it's stormy, if we're sad, if we're happy, if somebody died in our family, or if we don't have money, God will always be with us. I like that because my daddy had sheep. And in the winter time, he would go out in the cold in the morning, put on his warm jacket and his hat, and go and look if all the little baby sheep are still okay. And if there were cold ones, he would bring them into the house and we would wrap them up in blankets and make sure that they're warm so that they can go back to their mommies. But now I'm going to read you and the friends the story of Jabal. Okay, happy Herbie. So this is the story of Jabal. Jabal was a shepherd. A shepherd is somebody that looks after his sheep. And this is Jabal's staff. There we've got the kraal where his 100 sheep are sleeping in. Every day he would take them to the field to graze. He spoke to his sheep when he said to them, "Tau, tau," like here, it meant, come to me, and they would listen right away. When he said to them, oh, that meant stand close together, and they did that. When he said to them, la, la, it meant lie down, and they listened right away. On the way to the field, Jabal had to go through a little road that went in between the mountains. Sometimes he would carry the little babies if they were still tired or too small to walk so far. And when they were in the field and while they were eating, He would make sure that there were no poisonous plants around, and he would chase the snakes away so that the snakes don't pick his little animals. He would watch over them very carefully. Look at the little lamb drinking milk from his mommy. He looked after his sheep and they listened to his voice. One day, as they were going back home, something dangerous was hiding in the cave. Can you see something dangerous? Maybe that wolf, eh? And the wolf was waiting. But remember, Jabal had taught his sheep to be obedient right away. They walked past the wolf and Jabal did not see the wolf. But when the wolf came from the back, the lamb said, "Ma, ma, please Jabal, help us, here's a wolf." And you know what he said? He said, "Uh-oh, uh-oh." And can you remember what that meant? That meant stand together with your heads in the middle. And the sheep listened when Jabal said, "Uh-oh, uh-oh." They stood with their heads in the middle. Now the wolf couldn't get hold of their throats to bite them. Jabal quickly chased the wolf away. And then he said to his sheep, "La, la, la, la." Can you remember what that meant? Yes, that meant to lie down. And they listened right away. Jabal took some stones and packed it in the little brook so that it could form a little dam and so that his sheep could drink water. While he was doing that, there was one little sheep that did not listen and he wandered away. That evening when Jabal got to the kraal and he counted his sheep, he said, "Oh my, one is missing. Maybe I counted wrong. Let me try again." He counted again, but there were only 99 instead of 100. Even if it was dark, Jabal still took his torch and he said, "I've got to find my lost sheep." So he went out into the dark and he called and he called. And early in the morning, before the sun came up, he heard "ma, ma," and look where he found his little sheep. It had not listened to Jabal and it had wandered off and it got into trouble. It fell down the side of the mountain and got stuck in a bush. Jabal carefully picked him up, put him on his shoulders and took him safely back to the kraal. Jesus is our shepherd, and he calls us his little lambs. He says, "I am the good shepherd, and you are my sheep. Be safe and listen to me."
I like that story. Now I understand trust. Trust is to be obedient no matter what, to respond immediately and listen. I know my teacher taught us a song about obedience. Can we phone her and ask her to sing us that song?
I think we can. I see you brought your telephone along. Let's see. I think her number is 075056153. Okay, let me see if she's answering. Hello? Yes, is that Herbie's teacher? Okay, he just wants to talk to you, please. Hold on.
Hello, teacher. Can you sing us that song about obedience?
Hello, Herbie. Yes, of course, I will sing the song for you. Be ye obedient. Be obedient. Be obedient if you want to be happy, happy and safe. Be obedient. Be obedient. Be obedient if you want to be happy, happy and safe.
Nani, it was nice to be here today. Now I'm going home, but what are we going to talk about next time?
Happy Herbie, I'm so glad that you and all the friends could have joined us these past 7 weeks for our New Start stories. And I hope that everything you learned about eating good food, being out in the sun, exercising, getting plenty of fresh air, having enough rest, that you will do it and that you will stay healthy and strong. From now, for a couple of weeks, we're going to do stories about animals. So if there are any boys and girls out there who would like to send us a little photo or a video of your animal, please do so and send it to the email address that is below. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, friends. Bye, Nana.
Bye bye, Herbie. Have a wonderful week.